I'm a student like any other, but one day I decided to bunk off school, not realizing what the consequences may be. All I wanted was chicken and chips, but things got out of hand, and I ended up one thumb down.
We're making a documentary about truancy, and this is Miss Brony, a math teacher in Ernest Bevan, and we're going to ask her some questions relating to our topic.
Hello, Moeed.
Miss, the first question is, what's your opinion on truancy?
It's difficult. Children truant for different reasons. And I think as adults, we've got to really try hard in working out the reasons why children are truanting. Sometimes it's because of things that are happening at home. Sometimes it's because they just find the lessons boring. But as adults, we've really got to work hard to make sure that we find the reasons why and find out solutions so we can bring the children back into school.
Does truancy affect the school's reputation and around the whole community?
I think generally speaking, people would say that it does, because if in the middle of the day they see an Ernest Bevin boy in an Ernest Bevin uniform, I think they will then it then creates a bit of a negative impression, yes.
And do you think over the years truancy has gone less or has it gone more worse?
Being a teacher that's been here for a while, I would say that truancy has improved in Ernest Bevin. Very, very much so.
And Miss, do you think that the truancy, does it relate to the gang crimes and all that? Because you don't get education, you miss out, so you go into the streets, and does that have an effect on?
Well, I'll be honest, because I'm a mathematician and I'm an empiricist, I would always want to look at the data before I draw any conclusions. Yeah. So I'd be a bit reluctant to say that truancy automatically leads to gang crime, because I'm not sure that there is any specific evidence to support that. However, truancy certainly leads to a lack of achievement, a lack of attainment, and all the other things that are involved in that. Whether it leads to gang crime, I would leave that open for the researchers who have done far more research than me.
Here we are today at Ernest Bevins College interviewing Troy. Hi, Troy.
Hello.
What's your role in the school?
My role is at LSA, and I'm a co-tutor for Year 11, as you guys already know.
Alright, sir. What's your view on the truancy?
Ooh, it has a big impact on students' lives in terms of not getting the best education that they could get if they was in school.
Did you ever truant in your own back in the days in your school?
I'll tell you off camera on that one.
Alright. What do you think is a big impact, a big issue about truanting? Why do people truant?
Well, some kids are just not attracted to school. Some teachers may be boring. There's many reasons. It could be family reasons or stuff outside school where some kids just find it hard to come to school. Education is not for everyone, but we try and encourage education.
What do you think? Where should we have a big improvement in? What can we do to improve this truancy?
To improve truancy? I'll leave that for you to decide. You guys are the one that's truant, and I want to know what we can do as a school to help you.
I'm here with Laura Edmonds on Tooting High Street. I'm just interviewing her about truancy, so thanks for taking your time, Laura. Can you just tell me your opinion about truancy overall?
I don't agree with it. I think it's very bad for children to truant because they really need to have their education nowadays, especially the current climate, the way things are. They need as much education as they can get.
And would you give any advice about truancy to students who are suffering right now?
That they'll only regret it in the future. If they truant now, they'll be sorry in years to come because they're missing out on vital lessons and lessons for life, really, if they truant. And it's dangerous as well. Their parents don't know where they are during the day when they should be at school.
Have you had any previous experiences about truancy, if you don't mind me asking?
Yes, I have. I did it myself when I was young, so I know it's not a good thing. I missed out on a lot of my education through doing it, and you suffer in the long run when it comes to getting a job.
What do you think the issues? What's the problem that makes kids truant? And is there any reason that they probably do it?
Probably because they're not happy with things, and they think that there's no need for them to go to school. They can catch up easily enough, but they'd be wrong if they think that. They need to get as much in as they can while they're at school.
Thank you for taking your time.
I'm here asking about to PC Lawrence about PCS or Lawrence about truancy and how it affects the whole community and the people's education. And I'm just asking you, what do you do when you catch a student doing truancy out of school?
Yeah, I mean, it's part of the Metropolitan Police policy. I mean, if we see kids in the street, I mean, we have to know why they bunk school. If they're going out, I mean, when they're not supposed to be out during school hours, and it's our duty, I mean, duty of care to take them back to school or find out the reason why they're not at school when they're supposed to be.
Why do you think that students bunk off school and do truancy? Like, what's the cause behind it?
I'm not sure what the cause behind it, but it's bad influence. You shouldn't be bunking school anyway because it's you cannot achieve anything once you're not in school. I mean, to achieve something and be something in life, you have to be in school and learn.
The thumb! No! No, why? Why will no one talk about the thumb?
I don't know, it's just too scary, isn't it?
Whose thumb are we talking about?
Some Somalian boy, I think.
Why did his thumb fall off?
Because he tried jumping over that fence.
What? That fence?
Yeah, that fence.
What, can you talk us through what happened?
I wasn't there at the scene, but
who was there at the scene of the crime? Who witnessed the thumb? There's still so much shock in these poor children's faces that they can't bear to go back into the incident in question.
No, why did he do it? He wanted to go home.
Was he bunking off school?
No, he don't like school.
He don't like school, so but was he truanting? That's why the thumb fell off?
Yeah. He tried to get away.
So Omar's going to tell us all about the guy who lost the thumb. Mr. Omar.
I lie, man. Say the name properly. Basically, yeah, my man, he jumped out, and obviously he wanted to get some chicken and chips for lunch, innit?
Where was he going at lunchtime?
To the chicken and chip shop.
No, but I heard he was bunking off school.
But yeah, it's the same thing, man. Anyway, he's jumping out now. Oh, hold on. Yeah, he's jumping out now, and then obviously he climbed the cage, and at the top of the cage, some spikes in it. And he thought he was clever, but he kind of got his thumb trapped in there. And the teacher said, and someone said, teacher. So he kind of like just let go, so he falls, but he didn't clock that his thumb was trapped. And because it was spiky, his thumb chopped off, but his thumb came into the school, and he was outside the school. So technically he was still in school, innit? So he ran away, and the teachers came, and then there was just a thumb on the floor. I think the video's still on YouTube still, thumbless student.
Give me your fat.
I certainly don't think that truancy is a good thing, and I don't want people to be hurt in the process of truanting. However, I think you should be reflective that if you do truant, there are certain consequences that are not predictable that can happen. So perhaps it's just wiser to stay in school. You can't predict what will happen to you when you are not where you are supposed to be. And accidents will happen, all sorts of negative things that can happen. So it's really important that you stay in school.
So would you say there's an index link between the consequences of the man losing his thumb and bunking?
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to say a yes to that, because had he been in his lessons, it wouldn't have happened.